Samtang ang tibuok kalibutang gaatubang sa hulga sa COVID-19 o coronavirus disease, ania ang mga pamaagi nga makatabang aron makalikay niini. Number 1. Kung mahimo, limitahan ang pag-adto sa mga lugar nga daghan og tao. Number 2. Distansya og dili muminos sa 1 ka metro sa taong dunay sintomas sa sakit. Number 3. Kanunay nga tabunan ang baba kung muatsi gamit ang tissue. Ayaw kalimti nga ilabay ang gigamit na tissue sa saktong basurahan. Number 4. Likayan ang paggunit sa baba ug ilong. Number 5. Pagsuot og face mask kung adunay hilanat, ubo ug sipon. Number 6. Kanunay manghugas og kamot gamit ang limpyo nga tubig ug sabon. Number 7. Kanunay magdala og mogamit ng alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Kung aduna kay gabation nga mga sintomas sama sa hilanat, ubo, sipon ug paglisod sa pagginhawa, diretso dayon sa pinakaduol nga ospital o mamahimong mutawag sa DOH Hotline 02-8651-7800, Local 1149-21150. Alang sa mga kasamatangang sitwasyon kabahin sa kaso sa COVID-19 sa atong nasod, mamahimong mobisita sa ncovtracker.doh.gov.ph. Basta't kitang tanan magkahiusa og kanunay nga andam, kaya nato ni. Alang sa dugang impormasyon, bisitaha ang website nga www.doh.gov.ph. Kini si Secretary Martin Andanar ng Presidential Communications Operations Office.
Para safe ang pamilya, dapat sa bahay sanitation ang bida. Maging bida solusyon sa COVID-19.
Uwi sa bahay, bawal yakap at kiss. Maligo-ligo muna from head and shoulders to feet. At ang damit na yung ginamit. Detergent with bleach dapat para ang germs di kumapit sa kids. Maging malinis-linis araw-araw para safe si lolo, lola, ate, kuya. Maging malinis-linis araw-araw para you can be the solusyon. Sa kusina ay hugasan agad ang mga plato. Mas joyful ang salo-salo. Sa mga bagay iwas hawak para iwas hawak. Buong kamay ay hugasan mo na. Walang mask. I-sanitize ang kamay. Kumistansya isang metro. Alamin ang totoo. Maging malinis-linis araw-araw para sa buong pamilya, ako, ikaw. Maging malinis-linis araw-araw para you can be the solusyon. I-sanitize ang katawan at buong bahay para you can be the solusyon. Simula sa bahay, maging malinis, 'cause together we can all be the bida. Bida solusyon. Bida solusyon. Bida solusyon.
Around the globe, particularly in the Philippines, individuals are experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic, and millions are endeavoring to persevere. Enforcing water sanitation and hygiene during emergencies and outbreaks is essential, especially in this time of pandemic. Let us first define water sanitation. Water sanitation is defined as the process of cleaning and purifying water. The term sanitation derives its meaning from the Latin word sanitas, or health. Sanitation refers to a process whereby people demand, affect, and sustain a hygienic and healthy environment. It includes safe disposal of human wastes, solid wastes, wastewater, domestic wastes, personal wastes, and food wastes. Hygiene is a part of physical health that involves practice of keeping clean in order to prevent illnesses and diseases. Water sanitation and hygiene, or simply WaSH, refers to integrated approach to prevent diseases and deaths, especially among children, through clean water, clean toilets, and clean hands.
Let us show you how to perform proper hand washing by demonstrating these steps.
First, wet your hands under the running water. Next, apply soap and rub your hands together. At least 20 seconds to rub your palms. Back of your hands. Between your fingers. Your fingertips. Your thumbs. And wrists. Now rub your hands. Remember to rub each area for 5 times. Lastly, rinse your hands thoroughly under the running water.
Drying our hands is important since bacteria can remain in wet conditions and it's more likely to spread. We can utilize some drying provisions such as paper towels, clean towels, and hand dryers. Avoid using used towel to prevent bacteria transmission or it will technically ruin your professional hand washing technique. Using alcohol after drying potentially eliminates bacteria and germs effectively.
The importance of clean water sanitation and hygiene. Water is a basic necessity and an important resource for sustaining life. The decline in water quality endangers the health of humans as well as the ecosystem. Clean drinking water, hygiene, and sanitation play an important part in maintaining health. Contaminated water causes many waterborne infections such as polio, diarrhea, trachoma, typhoid fever, cholera, and many more, which is why sanitation makes a positive contribution for every person.
Here are the positive effects of practicing proper water sanitation and hygiene. It can cause safer environments such as hospital. It can lower mortality rate. It can help cleanse the body to maintain healthy life and far from sickness.
The absence of practice of water sanitation has negative impacts to us. Almost 5 million Filipino individuals depend on dangerous and unreasonable water sources, and 9 million need admittance to improve disinfection.
Hand washing facts. Did you know that only 5% of people wash their hands correctly? Or that up to 80% of communicable diseases are transferred by touch? And that you are more likely to wash your hands in the mornings instead of the evenings? Have you also heard that you make contact with up to 300 different kinds of surfaces every 30 minutes, thus making contact with up to 800,000 germs. Oh my! Pathogens tries to infect us, thus making us sick. So it is important, it is vital to wash our most formidable first line of defense, our skin, our body. Being clean is being safe, especially during a pandemic.
I'd like to have a chat about toilets, to be precise, about the lack of them, and its effect on undernutrition. Let's make the link. Okay, here goes, don't be shy. 1 out of 3 people does not have access to a decent toilet. 1 billion amongst them practice open defecation. This has a direct impact on undernutrition. Every year, more than 3 million children under the age of 5 die due to undernutrition. Some of these deaths are directly attributable to poor sanitation and hygiene conditions. Open defecation facilitates the spread of infectious diseases. Feces contain different sorts of pathogens, protozoa, worm larvae, viruses and bacteria, which are just waiting to be transmitted to healthy hosts. There are several ways this can happen. They can be passed on when hands aren't washed properly and the hand comes into contact with food. The pathogens can also be picked up from the soil. And often they contaminate water. They even stick to the legs of flies, moving from feces directly to your plate. The pathogens attack the small intestine. It defends itself by expelling water, which causes diarrhea. As a result, nutrients, which are necessary for healthy growth, leave the body and cannot be absorbed. If the diarrhea occurs repeatedly, the structure of the wall of the intestine changes and prevents the full absorption of nutrients. In the long run, the child becomes malnourished. So hopefully, the link between undernutrition and open defecation is clearer now. Right, let's continue. The lack of toilets creates an environment in which different diseases flourish. These diseases can negatively affect a child's growth. It increases the risk of assaults on women, creates shame, and has negative financial effects for families, hence worsening undernutrition amongst the most vulnerable. Every year, diarrhea is responsible for the death of more than 600,000 children. It is the 3rd biggest cause of child mortality. You find this situation unacceptable? It is, not least because solutions exist. With proper access to toilets, diarrheal infections can be cut by 1/3. Washing your hands with soap and water halves the risk of disease. There are financial benefits too. For every €1 invested in sanitation, there is a net gain of 5 because people are healthier and earn more for their families. An investment in sanitation is an investment in development. So now you know that undernutrition cannot be defeated without access to toilets for all. We have to break this taboo. Simple solutions exist. It is now a question of funding and political will. Let's stop children dying from undernutrition. Let us be that generation.